Joining us this morning is Leslie Bungie, Director of Development for Home Sweet Home Ministries. Welcome in.
Yeah, good to be here.
Happy to have you. So for those who don't know what Home Sweet Home Ministries is, can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, well, Home Sweet Home was founded on Thanksgiving Day in 1917. So for nearly 107 years, we've been providing, safe shelter, nutritious meals, counseling, and kind of giving those in need in our community a hand up to make it back out there on their own.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So what is Night in a Car? I see you have it on your crew neck here. It's wonderful.
Yes. Well, Night in a Car is kind of simply just how the name suggests. It's one of our biggest fundraisers of the year, and it's where we challenge participants, young and old, to participate and challenge them to spend a night in their car on February 2nd coming up.
Wow. And with the cold weather, I'm sure that's really calling to action, thinking about how those who may be less fortunate may not have a warm place to be in these temperatures.
Yes, most definitely. That's where we can kind of get people that are on the fence to if they want to get involved or not. Is they're like, okay, it's just for one night, and if you can't make it the whole night, that's okay. It's kind of about creating that awareness, that experience. So if you can come and do it for a few hours, great. If you make it the whole night, wonderful. It's just always so inspiring to hear everyone's stories the next day of all those questions that just come in their head that they weren't thinking of like, how do I know, where would I go to the restroom during the night? Or, how do I go to work the next day if this was my home? So it just gets that conversation going, and it just creates that empathy and gets people more involved with what we're doing.
Definitely. So the way that it works, does everyone come to one central location? Okay.
Yes, you sure can. And since the COVID, we've kind of opened up where you can do it virtually too. So yes, the main event where a lot of people come together, kind of create that community, because we are back to in-person activities and things like that we do in the church from roughly like 7:30 to 9:30 at night. But then we also give people the opportunity that, like, maybe if you have young kids and you're just not sure how well the evening's going to go or whatever, we give you that chance to participate from the convenience of your driveway too, and we do a virtual option too. So essentially when you come in, if you're in person, we'll do the program there that night and then send you out to the cars, and you can come in for restroom and breaks and stuff as needed. And then if you're virtual, we set a different time aside to basically do the stuff we did in person to do online for those people so that they can feel involved and just as connected too. And it's just a great way to expand our reach.
Absolutely. And this is so unique. I spent a little bit of time learning more about the organization, and I just thought it was so awesome that not only are you all giving back, but you're really teaching people how to put yourself in someone else's shoes and in their situation.
Right.
And your experience, what has been something that's really stood out about the way that you all give back?
That's a great question. I just think that, I just love how it just opens up people's eyes and really makes them aware of what's going on in our community. Because I remember back when we first started this 8 years ago, we had people that were like, homelessness isn't a thing in our community. It doesn't exist. And this just starts to bring it to the forefront that it does exist. There are people out there. And what really brings it home for, most people is just like, there's a lot of us that are living paycheck to paycheck. And just a few set of unfortunate events happen. And especially if you don't have that support network, you're like, what do I do? Where do I go? And that really gets the conversation going. It really gets people thinking, and then that thinking and the action, it leads to more action, and just creating that awareness for us and what we do. And it's so amazing.
That's truly amazing. And for people who may not be physically able to participate for any reason, but they still really appreciate the cause and want to do something to help, what could they do?
Yeah. Well, the biggest thing you can do is if you can support our heroes that are participating for the night, that's great. And so you can just go to our website, which is nightinacar.org, and you can look at the different teams, read their backstories of why they're participating. Some of those are really inspiring, and you can donate to a team, or you can even choose to donate to the event as a whole. So that's just really amazing and a great way to help, especially if you can't go out there and spend a night in your car.
That's right, and that's all kicking off at 7 p.m. We have that information on our screen, and we'll be sure to have it on our website as well. But until then, best of luck with the event. I know that it will truly be the turnout that it should be.
Yes, we're really looking forward to it. 55 teams and counting, and you can still sign up too.
All right, and check that out on 25newsnow.com. We'll be right back.